Well, good morning. Welcome and hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. My name is Danny Deals. On behalf of Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen, we would like to say welcome and hello. Guys, haven't talked to you in a little bit, been extremely busy. It's August 15th, 2023. It's almost 6 a.m. out here in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Coming up to 9 a.m. out in NYC. Hope it is a wonderful morning or day wherever you find yourself. Guys, we are talking SoFi Technologies Incorporated, ticker symbol SOFI. And guys, the stock has been trying to decide what it wants to do, if it's going to maintain that, you know, level above $8, if it's going to slip back down into that channel from 5 to 8. I personally have seen absolutely no sign that the stock is going to break down back below 8, not even close. It has been pushed down again yesterday. I think it went down to $8.36. Yes. Um, but I don't see this as a big problem. A lot of times, as I've talked about in my last video, when you see a big pump and dump that pushes the stock out of that sort of you know 8-ish to 10-ish channel the stock has been trading in since the beginning of June, which is now 2.5 months. Anytime you have this type of overreaction to earnings at 20% day, that was just I completely out of character for SoFi and unsustainable. The earnings report was not a net profit. It was not an absolute bombshell. It did have really nice growth on deposits and members and such, but it was by no means something that you'd expect a 20% pop in one day after the stock just went up like 110, 120% in the last 3 months. So, this was market makers doing what they do. This was about as classic a pump and dump, sucker in Joe six pack as you could possibly get. But then that's why I'm not surprised to see some selling down here. As a reaction to this pump and dump, but still, this trend line, this little medium term trend line since early June, came down two green candles there, looking pretty good. That would be the third official kind of bounce off this line since we jumped into this channel. Whether it breaks down below this shorter term downward trend line in this little brown dotted line, or whether it comes back up and recovers past the 50-day moving average and maintains this sideways price action is yet to be determined. But if I know the SoFi stock, guys, it likes to trade sideways, and 2024 is the year of the SoFi officially. So I'm not really worried about this year, guys. We just have to hit that net profit. We have to hit our numbers. We have to maintain the growth narrative, maintain the growth story in users, deposits, the bank. We need to see that growth story translate over to Galileo. Galileo should not be something that is subject to pressure from student loan bans or from high interest rates. I realize during periods of economic uncertainty, many companies are not going to want to make like capex or major infrastructure investments. But I don't think changing over to Galileo is like you have to pay for everything all at once. It's a long-term relationship, long-term contract, etc. Guys, to that end, SoFi was up just 3 cents yesterday. It was one of those crazy days where it just sold off in the morning down to $8.36, and then basically came up, in a few steps, came all the way up to this like $8.70 level by 12.50, and then kind of did a little dipsy do and just traded sideways in the algo. Closed it there at $8.67 on moderate volume. It is down 12 cents in the pre-market, as are the NASDAQ futures, S&P futures, all down about 0.5% or 0.6% on the day. Volume was pretty low at 27 million shares. Um, But guys, really nothing to worry about right now with the SoFi stock. It's been trading downward for about 2 weeks since the pump and dump. Absolutely expected, absolutely predictable after that ER because guys, let's face it. What people are looking for is net profit. That's what institutions are looking for. And institutions are coming into the stock right now because they can smell the net profit and they know Noto's going to hit those numbers. And they know he has that already dialed in, already figured out, or else he wouldn't be out there on TV promising it. But the issue is, guys, 3 quarters in a row, 5 cent loss per share, 5 cent loss per share, then a 6 cent loss per share. So in that respect, guys, in terms of earnings, the growth story is a little bit stalled. I wouldn't, it's not like any type of disaster, any type of the financials fell apart. But when you have, sort of this incremental dilution and you have just a slight increase in the overall profitability or, a smaller loss, you're not moving the needle on earnings per share because, you're increasing the share count. So, it is what it is, guys. Noto's saying, the profit, and LaPointe are saying the profit will be there in Q4. It's on track. Of course, student loan payments are going to start up again in October. Now, the press is in a hysteria that the resumption of student loan payments are going to lead to a, foreclosure and debt crisis, and it's going to crash the economy, and we have to do something about it. So I sort of feel like the media is setting up a narrative for some other type of challenge to student loan payments. Oh, guys, I almost forgot. Huge news here at Strong Arm Trading. The Un Poco Mas shirts have dropped, guys. This is legend. Um, you know, Un Poco Mas. Danny Deals, Stock Karen, Hurricane Lopez, hello and welcome and hello. I hope you guys can see that. Those of you who have been regulars on my channel, comment on my videos, share them, that type of thing. I am going to send you out your very own Un Poco Mas t-shirt. Absolutely gratis, free. You just pay shipping and handling, and that's 0 cents because I appreciate you guys, and I know this channel is a little bit ridiculous, and I'm not the most orthodox. You don't really want to get advice from somebody who calls himself the shartmaster and hangs around with a bunch of made up people like 2-year old. But you get what you get when you tune in here. So if you guys want a shirt, and I know who you are, and you have to basically be a regular here, you can't just be some idiot who wants a bunch of free shirts to paint your house and then throw them away and use them for a rag to wash your car because you're too cheap to go to a car wash, even one of those coin ones. So you're bucket washing out on the street in front of your palatial bachelor apartment. You're just bucket washing with a Un Poco Mas t-shirt. I don't think so, turds. So if you want a t-shirt, send your address, your mailing address to fattennisninja@hotmail.com. That's fattennisninja@hotmail.com. Of course, I'm not going to sell your address. I'm not even going to write that shit down. I don't care where the fuck you guys live. You're a bunch of weirdos. I'm just going to send you your t-shirt and then I'll burn your information. So again, guys, if you want a t-shirt and I know who you are, I will be more than happy to send you one out. Let me know what size you want and say something in your email that says, hey, this is who I am on YouTube. And I'll be more than happy to send you guys out an Un Poco Mas t-shirt so you can be the envy of all your friends and family and coworkers. And they say, did you get that Un Poco Mas t-shirt? And then you just have to say, I just participate. I just think. I'm a critical thinker, and that's why I love Un Poco Mas, because they give us just a little bit more. Guys, sorry I got sidetracked there, but I was really excited to get these t-shirts. They actually look pretty good. Um, and it's just funny because this channel's so ridiculous. I have some guy now following me around. He's like, "You said the stock wouldn't go under 9. Like you said, like you were wrong." I'm like, "I know, I know. I'm not, I'm not a psychic, I'm just looking at the chart and I'm telling you what I think's gonna happen. Like, you know, I've been doing this for decades, guys. I'm not right all the time. I tend to be right more than I'm wrong, and I've done very, very well investing, but I've also, lost many times. With this stock, it doesn't really, matter to me if it goes back to seven. I'm gonna hold this one for years and years. I'd probably buy, quite a bit more. Because I think the ERs are cumulative and they stack on top of each other quite nicely. But just going back to this fabulous chart, let's just take a quick look at options first, guys. This is the same old story. Quite a few options sitting at 850, and then a bunch at nine, guys. 13,000 calls, 26,000 open interest. Again, I'm not seeing any catalyst here why you would want to buy these options. They were killed last week unceremoniously. Um, and I'm just not seeing it, guys. I mean, I don't know. I guess some of this is probably hedging by shorts and different things going on, but last week they just killed them. I feel like this week they're probably going to kill these nines again. I think the stock could recover if the overall market goes up a bit on these, good consumer spending. If the retail earnings continue to be better than expected, I think the market could tick back up and we could see this little rally continue. And in which case, I think SoFi could go up toward $9, but I just don't see it breaking down $9 this week unless there's some kind of big news coming out that nobody's told Danny Deals about. But I'm always the last to know, folks. Always the last to know. So just taking a look, guys, over a little bit of a shorter time period. Um, I think, again, trying to ignore this pump and dump, but there's no doubt, guys, over the last 2 weeks, the stock has been in a very, very clear downtrend here. I mean, you could even um, put in another, you could put another line here, and, you know, it's like pretty clear coming down, and then this one is pretty clear coming over. So these, midterm and short term trends, the midterm being just slightly positive in this sideways channel, basically sideways. I wouldn't even really call it positive. And then you have this shorter term trend since the pump and dump coming straight down. They've converged at this point in time, and this is the time. A lot is dependent on the market, how these things break, because, the SoFi stock is not $1 trillion market cap, but just over the very, very, very short term, just in the last 2, 3 days, we're seeing a little channel emerge here between 870-ish and 840-ish. So it's done a double bottom off that 840 area, and it's come off and consolidated right here last Friday at that 870 level. A little bit of consolidation on the last step up at 870 again yesterday, came back down to like 860, and then that 860 level had topped out once, twice, thrice. So what I'm hoping is just over the very, very short term, this holds up and basically we move up out of this channel here. And if you can move out of this channel here and bounce up off of these two green arrows here, I think there's a really good chance the stock, at very minimum, continues up and sideways, and basically maximum would, you'd see this. People are saying, okay, this is a triple top. I don't see a pump and dump as the third leg of that, the third point in that triple top. I'm more seeing another triple bottom, even a quadruple bottom. If you count that candle, I don't, because it's not back near this line, but it is kind of a downward trend. It's just a really funky area right here to analyze because it's mechanics running a pump and dump. They decided what to do. It's not market forces. It's not any natural response to anything. It wasn't even really a response to ER. Guys, I try to explain this to you, but you don't listen. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what the ER says until we make a profit, because institutions don't care about EBITDA and a lot of these things. Institutions care about growth, they care about margins, they care about free cash flows. That's why people are buying into SoFi. It's not, it has nothing to do with promises management's making. They see the numbers, guys. They see the numbers. They see these direct deposits. They see the spread they're making between their savings rate and their loans. And, it's just there is absolutely no doubt that this company is going to make a profit. People are saying, oh, it's all going to crash down. Everybody's going to stop paying their loans. Guys, it's just not going to happen. I mean, if the entire economic system, and the monetary system falls apart and the economy collapses and we go into, like a state of nature chaos where walkers are running everywhere like the Walking Dead, and yeah, SoFi could have trouble. I mean, that's like sort of the argument is like the whole thing's going to fall apart because SoFi has the highest quality borrowers, so they're going to be the last ones to default on these loans. So if the people with the best jobs, the highest credit, the highest quality borrowers, if they just let everything go and they say, "Oh, it's an unsecured loan, so we're just going to stop paying and destroy our credit," not happening, guys. The defaults are low. SoFi is able to sell loans. So all of the points of FUD that have been thrown at the stock were really, really torn down by that last earnings report. Yes, they did not move the needle on earnings per share, but they moved the needle significantly on a lot of the other FUD that has been thrown against the stock. No new ratings right now, guys, on the SoFi stock. Still the upgrade from Mizuho from 9 to 15, I believe, last week was the most recent ratings upgrade. This is a little article over on Investor Place. They're usually Louis Navelier's usually bashing the SoFi stock, but this is three stocks, that they recommend that you buy. Most undervalued stocks under 20. They have Palantir, American Airlines, and the SoFi stock. I would completely disagree. In terms of Palantir, I think Palantir is actually overvalued. If you look at their growth rate and you look at their profitability, and then you compare that to a stock like a SoFi, um, I think their valuation is just way, way, way too high. And I am impressed by the $1 billion buyback program, but then they gave, the carp fish $1 billion in stock over the next few years or 10 years or whatever it is. So, and he's very smart. He's obviously a very unique character, but American Airlines, I'm not going to get into analyzing airlines right now, guys. Airlines could be incredibly good investments, or at least trades, because they're so volatile. If you look at the pandemic, I think it should have been known that the government was not going to just let all the airlines go out of business. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get to SoFi. SoFi is an American fintech, up over 90% year to date. Stock price in the $8 to $9 range. Of course, that's very, very true. Topper time check, guys. It's 6:17 a.m. out here in Los Angeles on August 15, 2023. Also want to send a big shout out to Princess Jan Cutes. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Guys, the personal finance software market is forecast to grow 6% CAGR. Personal finance software market. I don't think that's what they do, guys, and they're growing like 30%. So SoFi's recent quarter reported revenue of 485 million, which grew 37.7% year over year, beat analysts' expectations. Diluted EPS grown 50% year over year, exceeded analysts' expectations. Lastly, net profit minus 9.8% grew by 64%. These financials demonstrate a strong recovery in the years to come. SoFi's required Wyndham Capital, an all-cash deal. Wyndham Capital's held more than, and so there's really not much in this article, but yeah, I mean, I agree. I think SoFi at this point is undervalued. I wasn't going to be buying over 10 right now, guys, because I just believe the stock isn't running until they make net profit. That's what I've been saying for a long, long, long time. The shorts, the market makers, the longs, the short longs, whatever, they are in control of the stock, and the mechanics move the stock to take money from retail investors. And even though more institutions are coming into the stock last quarter and this quarter, it looks like think they will continue to take money from retail until the stock makes a net profit. And they announced that in the first quarter of 2024, which will be the ER for the fourth quarter of 2023. Taking a look over at the short interest on the SoFi stock. It has basically held estimated short interest of free float at 14%. Free float on loan is still coming down. Shares on loan is still coming down. Cost to borrow is still way down, and utilization is down. As far as the live short interest, of course, we're not during the trading day, but yesterday, so right now, I think this is just the borrowing going on pre-market. But if we take a look at the overview over the last 7 days, the short has come down a little bit from close to 15 down to 14%, and all these numbers are down just a little bit. Utilization actually ticked up. There's not that many shares available to borrow on SoFi, guys, some days. In particular, cost to borrow can go up quite a bit, and utilization is up. So the short is not free. It's not particularly expensive to hold the short, but it's definitely not free. Any other news coming out? You just have hedge funds buying. Jump Financial into the SoFi stock, what analysts are saying. Treasurer of the state of North Carolina acquires 2,500 shares of SoFi. I guess it's a $25,000 position. Not a huge big deal. Guys, I'm still going over the 10Q. There's really not much. It's already been parsed, and all the numbers are, widely known. They've been gone over about 1,000,000 times. I don't really think you need another half-hour video of my bumbling, stumbling through that document, but should you want one, please let me know down in the comments. Again, if you want an Un Poco Mas t-shirt and you are a regular and contribute to this fabulous YouTube channel, again, send me your name and particulars and your shipping info to fattennisninja@hotmail.com, and I will be happy to, and your t-shirt size. I have, I think, medium through XL, and I think I got a couple of 2XLs for you fatheads out there. But because I'm trying to take care of the big man, I know it's frustrating when you can't, find the size you need. Of course, I need like 3XL, but you guys probably aren't that fat. Anyway, guys, it's the SoFi stock. The ticker symbol is SOFI. The date is August 15, 2023. The market is going to open in about 8 minutes, and the stock's down 8 cents pre-market to $8.60. The futures have come back up. Now, NASDAQ futures are down just 60 points or so, and the SoFi stock is looking like some buyers are coming in pre-market. Guys, great to talk to you again. Thanks for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. I really appreciate it. Sorry I haven't been able to talk at you guys here in the last few days. A lot of exciting things going on in the Danny Deals business sphere. Princess J, big things happening, jumping into a new industry, purchasing businesses, making things happen. It's what we do, guys. We make strong moves. We don't play the game straight and see what happens. We see a mark and we take them down. That's what we do, guys, here on Poco Mas. Strong moves all the time. Hope you guys are having a great week. If you have anything to say, any questions, criticisms, complaints, please put them down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again just as soon as possible. It's a SoFi stock, guys. Good luck. Happy trading. Have a wonderful day. It's your old buddy, Danny Deals. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are the absolute best.